Sometimes you know that they like you. Sometimes you have no idea how they feel. Sometimes they're completely engaging and responsive, and other times you wonder if they even survive the drive home. Sound familiar? Are these mind games, or is the person you're dating just not that into you? Dating and starting new relationships are often confusing and frustrating, but when you're wondering if the person you're dating is playing mind games, dating feels impossible and almost pointless. In this video, I'm going to explain more about dating mind games and tell you exactly how to handle each type. So don't go anywhere. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Antonio Borrello. Welcome to another video. If this is your first time here, I'm a psychologist and relationship coach, and I make weekly advice videos that are focused on helping you make your relationships and your dating experiences exceptional. See, if you're like me, nothing is more important than your relationships with the people you love. If you're interested in making your love life the best part of your life, start now by subscribing to this channel so that you're not missing any of our weekly videos. Just click that subscribe button and then click on the little bell icon and you'll be good to go. On to our topic. Mind games. If you've ever felt a sense of impending doom when sending a text, or waited around by the phone for it to just not ring, or felt insecure because of a partner's actions, there's a big chance that you're the victim of someone's mind games. Mind games are defined as calculated behaviors used to manipulate, intimidate, or undermine someone's behaviors or the belief in the validity of their own perceptions. Mind games involve manipulation, twisting the facts, and creating doubt to destabilize another person. People use them to gain, to preserve, or to acquire more control over another person. And if their game can elicit a particular response from you or move you to do what they want, then they gain that powerful feeling that they're looking for and feel in control of you and the situation. Even worse, mind games are often used by abusive partners who aim to break down and control their partner. So how do you know if your partner is playing mind games with you? The truth is, it can be difficult to recognize mind games when you really like someone or you're really into them. You know, when they do something questionable or they blow you off or they're not responsive, you'll come up with a number of reasons or excuses for their poor behavior. So it's tricky to recognize mind games when you're emotionally involved because it's difficult to be objective and see what's really happening. But the bottom line is, if you think that you're seeing an example of mind games in your relationship, you probably are. So it always helps out to get some validation and examples to help you understand how and why people play mind games. I covered 7 of the most common games in my first video on mind games, and I'll link to that at the end of this video. But here are some additional ones. Number 1, the spontaneous Houdini boyfriend. This is a guy who will disappear without a trace. No texting, no calling, and even no response to your communications. And then suddenly, he'll spring back into the picture when you least expect it. But of course, he will have some excuse for his disappearance, like I had personal problems or family emergency that he was dealing with. But he promises that he couldn't stop thinking about you and he missed you so much. So he's here now, and there he goes again. Don't fall for that one. When you really like someone, you don't disappear. I mean, unless you really disappear. This is an example of someone who got busy with another person. Number 2, you're always getting delayed responses to your phone calls or text messages. Look, I know that people can get really busy. Sometimes people can't have their phone with them when they're at work. Sometimes people will text me and it might take an hour for me to respond. It might take 2 hours. It might take half a day. But sometimes it only takes 7 seconds. I might be on my phone at that moment and I see a text come in and boom, I just respond right away. But if you're getting someone who's always delayed, you have these delayed responses like 12 minutes or 30 minutes, or it's never a quick response, something is going on. And I'm not talking about one time or, over a period of 2 or 3 days. I'm talking about over a period of weeks, on different days, at different times of the day, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, when he's working, when he's not working. If he doesn't ever respond quickly, he is purposefully delaying his responses to have some type of an effect on you. Don't fall for that one. Number 3, listen with your eyes. The best evidence of what people truly feel and believe comes less from their words than from their actions. So pay attention. In all relationships, we communicate simultaneously on at least two levels: what we say and what we do. Usually, our behavior and our words are consistent and convey the same message. But when a person is playing mind games, their behaviors and words convey different messages, and it makes them difficult to comprehend and harder to trust. Dating a person like this is frustrating and unsatisfying. Nevertheless, people elect to believe the communication that best suits their needs. For example, some women and men will continue dating a person who repeatedly promise to change their behavior, but never deliver. Others will continue dating a person who claims that they don't want a commitment, but they want to behave like a couple and reap all the benefits of a relationship. The person wanting the commitment chooses to ignore what they are told in favor of what they want to believe. And this ultimately results in feeling resentment, frustration, and it fosters a relationship void of honesty, emotional intimacy, and trust. So make sure that the person you choose to date is communicating the same message with both their words and their actions. Number 4, dating a person who keeps your relationship a secret on social media. Does the person you're dating avoid posting photos of the two of you together? Is that person otherwise active on social media? If yes, have you discussed this? See, new couples who are excited about a future together usually want to share their happiness with friends and family. And if that's not happening in your situation, you should certainly ask why. Is he worried that he might not be able to meet the next person because he's in a relationship? Look, seeing any of these things once doesn't mean you should run for the hills. But remember, mind games are dangerous because they can lead to unhealthy and toxic relationships on the mild end and emotional abuse and control on the extreme end. If you start the relationship out and it's toxic, the relationship is going to always be toxic. It sets a poor precedent for being together. It can only lead to worse situations. If playing a mind game works and you enter into a relationship, both you and your partner will think acting this way works. And the farther into a toxic relationship like this, the more miserable both of you will be. You'll play mind games to get your way, push your partner to prove their love, and other unhealthy practices. Not only will you have to break away from this relationship, but it will make getting into a new healthy relationship even more difficult. And as I've said before, game playing and manipulative behavior is a huge red flag. New relationships should be exciting, passionate, and easy, not anxiety-provoking and frustrating. If it starts off difficult, what makes you think it's going to be any easier or better later on? The beginning should be the best, right? I mean, the honeymoon phase. Don't settle for anything less. Remember, if you're busy waiting and wondering and worrying about this relationship, you just might miss the opportunity to meet the right one. Successful relationships require both partners to say what they feel and mean what they say. If someone is inconsistent with you or playing mind games to manipulate you, congratulate them on winning their game and manipulating you right out of their life. So I'd like to know from you, have I missed any games or manipulations that you're familiar with? If so, please share them with us in the comments below. Oh, and I'll link to the other video on mind games in just a second, so be sure to check that one out too. If you found this video helpful, please hit that thumbs up button to let me know that you'd like to see more videos like this one. And if you're interested in relationships and dating videos focused on helping you make your love life exceptional, hit that subscribe button to be sure you're not missing any of our future videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.